IdahoDub with another Halo 4 gameplay, and I am bringing back the Mailonday series. I did about 20 videos, I think it was, every Monday where I would just answer your questions from the comments on the YouTube videos, from the questions that you post on my IdahoDub Facebook page, on Twitter, email, all of that. And I'm bringing it back because you guys have been asking quite a few questions, and you guys ask some really great questions, and it just makes my life easier when you guys provide me with topics for videos. I mean, I could do a video every day if you guys gave me topics on it. But I'm actually going to answer just one question. It's a big question, and it comes from a long-time subscriber. And this dude's funny. He posts some funny stuff in almost every video. And it comes from Fat Sexy. I'm not going to read his question because it's a long one. But I'm going to address some of the questions in this comment that he posted. So it all has to do with college football. So the first question I'm going to pull out of that onslaught of questions is, how do I feel about the college football realignment? And initially, I was okay with it. You know, when the Pac-16 was going to happen and Texas was going to move in, I thought that'd be pretty cool. I was like, you know, there's going to be a big game every week. It's just going to be exciting. And I was kind of for it, and then it didn't happen. And then what I started to see is that schools were jumping ship just for more money. Now, here's what I like about being able to realign the conferences. I like when a small school like Boise State or when Utah got the opportunity to come to the Pac-12, I like that they get the chance to go to a big conference, and I think that's how it should be. You know, small schools have success. They should be rewarded for that success. One of the problems to me with the super conferences, if we have, you know, let's say, because I know like initially they talked about having just like 4 super conferences, and I think one of the problems with that is you don't give the little schools a chance. Like they already don't have a great chance of, you know, being a BCS buster or, you know, getting to a national championship game. And if you have the super conferences, I just don't see them. I mean, their chances decrease even more because they'd have to, you know, realign. I mean, it just, I don't think it would work out. And the little schools wouldn't get a chance. And I'm all for the little guy, you know, being able to prove themselves. And so I think it would definitely take away from that. Another thing is the money. And that's what it all comes down to. You see schools now jump into different conferences. It's all for the money. And that's kind of a problem for me because, you know, you move to another conference for the money. There's, you know, you're getting more TV deals, you're getting more endorsements, and yes, it's a good thing, you know, that the schools are getting more money, but I think it takes away from a lot of stuff. And one of the main things I think it takes away from is tradition. You know, when schools leave a conference, it takes away from, you know, you have to play your conference games still. So if you're going to play your conference schedule, and then let's say you want to keep the tradition alive with the school from your old conference, and it's you know, they're a power school as well. One of your, you know, your games that you get to choose every year, I can't remember what they're called. One of the games you get to choose, though, outside of your conference schedule, non-conference games, that's what it would be called. You're going to have to, if you want to keep the tradition alive, you're going to have to play your conference schedule, and then you're going to also have to play your rival, who's probably good. And so I think that the super conferences take away from that, takes away from the tradition. And I'm actually, you know, now I'm not really for it. I think if there's going to be conference realignment, I think it should be a smaller school getting the opportunity to move into a bigger conference. And that's for my 2 cents on that. That's how I feel about it. I just don't think that the super conferences are a great thing. I think it kind of detracts from it. Another question from all those questions is, do I play anything outside of my Road to Glory series and my NCAA? And right now, I don't. I started a Dynasty again this year. I played a Dynasty last year, but I pretty much just play Road to Glory. And the reason why is I just don't have that much time on my hands between work and trying to have a social life. The Dynasty takes so much. Don't get me wrong. I used to only play Dynasty. That's all I would play. I love the Dynasty mode, but it takes so much time to recruit and all of that. And if I was going to do it, I would probably want to put it online. And I tried to do it last year at the end of my Road to Glory series. I made a couple of videos, and, you know, I have to include the recruiting, and then I have to play the game. And it's just going to take me way too long because recruiting takes a long time. And if I was going to do the Dynasty, I would want to show you guys my recruiting tactics and all of that. And the videos would just take so long to make, and the videos would be so long that I don't think I would be able to hold your interest in the video. I just don't think they would be that entertaining. So I don't see myself ever doing a Dynasty for the YouTube channel. What I do plan on doing after my Road to Glory series is done this year is just challenging you guys and putting it on here, or just playing random people online. And I think that would be fun. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to be putting up a lot of the bowl games this year, kind of like I did with the championship week. So I posted a comment on the IdahoDub Facebook page, who you want to play with, what bowl game, and let's get that set up. So I'm going to start doing that over the next few weeks. I'm going to be playing you guys for bowl games, and I'll put them on the channel, and it's going to be fun, man. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the last question I'm going to answer out of this onslaught of questions is, where is IdahoDub the third going to go to school next year for his road to glory? He wants to know if I'm going to be going to a smaller school. Well, ID3 is going to go, I'm not sure yet. But I think this year I might let you guys actually pick where I'm going to go. I think my ACC pick going to Virginia wasn't the best thing, because the ACC is just, I just don't think it's a real strong conference anymore. And the Pac-12 was a lot of fun. So I think if I'm not in the Pac-12 or the SEC, maybe the Big 12, but if I'm not in the Pac-12 or SEC, I just don't think that the videos are quite as entertaining, because nobody really wants to see Virginia play unless you're a Virginia fan. So I don't know where IdahoDub 3 is going yet. We'll get to that closer to June when the game gets ready to drop. But that's going to do it for the Mailonday video. Man, I really dragged this thing out. Fast Sexy, thank you for the question. Remember, leave your questions, comments below, and I'll answer them next week in a Mailonday video. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.